Hello, I'm Susan Orozco. Welcome back to Grandma Terrell's channel, where your intuition gets to be your best friend. You might notice today that we'll be taking the scenic route when it comes to my words. I've just been forgetting things an awful lot lately. I guess I'm getting old. It's the way my old age is showing up. I walk into the other room because I know there's something there I want. By the time I get there, I completely forget why I went there. And time is something else for me, because it's just like the months are just flying by, the days, the hours, and I was like, I can't believe it's the end of the week already. Today's a Friday, and I remember yesterday being Monday. I guess it's all part of becoming an elderly person. I'm getting old. Okay, the bottom line is I'm getting old. So if I take the scenic route while I'm doing this video and I forget a word or a sentence or an idea, just have patience with me, because life and spirit is trying to teach me how to slow down. Now, I do want you to know that there was a time that, and it wasn't that long ago, it was like 15 years ago. I guess to some people that's a long time. To me, it's just like, no. Anyway, I am an award-winning author and playwright, a very accomplished public speaker, and I have had books published. I did, book tours. So words were usually not very hard for me to summon and to command. I could command a stage. And now I'm doing these videos and I'm like losing words, losing sentences, and taking the scenic route. If any of you are having that kind of problem, or if you can relate to what I'm saying, maybe you even have similar stories, if you could put them in the comments down below, that would be so helpful to me. Especially if you were to subscribe and like, that would be helpful too. This is just my third video, so I am trying to get these videos out at a much faster rate than before. I was just afraid. I was afraid to get in front of this camera. I thought I would lose my place, and that I would just not be able to really relate to what it was I was trying to say. But more than anything else, what I really want to do here in this channel as a Grandma Terrell is to be able to communicate to you the sincerity that I feel about wanting to help you communicate and connect with a strong and positive relationship with your intuition. I want to help you do that. And you can call your intuition anything you like. Call it your higher self, your spirit guides, the universe, the Holy Spirit, God. It doesn't matter. Intuition is the communication with the universe, with the spirit world. It comes through that way. And tarot can help a lot, because tarot is like the language. Intuition makes the connection, the relationship. Another thing I want to say about tarot cards, they don't necessarily predict the future. What they do is tell you what's already there. And it's important that you do know what's going on in your subconscious mind, what energies are already there and trying to show up, trying to surface. Because if you don't know what's going on, you can be caught off guard, and sometimes that's not a good thing. And sometimes it's okay. But let me tell you a story, something that happened to me once. I went to a backyard barbecue that my family was putting on. I have a very large family. And one of my cousins came up to me with a woman. She was walking with a woman, and she wanted me to meet this person. And she felt that we would really click, because my cousin knew that I was into metaphysics and spirituality, and she also knew that this woman was also, and she said, you got to meet this person, Susan. So we did. But the thing is that when she introduced us, I quickly hugged her very tightly, and I said, I need you as my friend. I was embarrassed. I sounded so needy. You know what was surfacing out of my subconscious mind and caught me by complete surprise, because I had no idea it was there was a desire that I had deeply, what I thought was deeply inside of me, was I did want to meet other people of the same mind as me, people who also believe the things that I believed in, because I felt so weird sometimes, and I wanted to know that other normal, well-adjusted people could be interested in the same things that I was interested in. So knowing what's going on with your subconscious mind, in my opinion, is very important. And in the opinion of psychology, in the opinion of philosophy, and in the opinion going down in history, down the ages, the sages have always talked about know thyself. And one of the best ways to know yourself is to understand what is trying to surface within your subconscious mind, so that it can unite with your conscious mind and you can deal with it. And tarot cards can help you do that. But today we're going to talk about delineation. Okay, I think we've talked enough about the importance of the intuition, the importance of the communication, the importance of knowing the subconscious mind and what's going on there. And the tarot cards don't really necessarily predict the future. They tell you what's already there, what energies are already in your day or in your future that you're going to be calling forth and dealing with. So having some kind of idea that they are there can help you deal with it when you recognize that energy entering your life. Delineation is to be able to read the cards. And today I want to start with the High Priestess. I think this is an amazing, I love this card. But anyway, I want to teach you another way to delineate. So often we think that we're supposed to memorize what each one of these cards, and there's 78 of them, to know what they each mean. And I'm not teaching that. I'm teaching a different way. Although you may have already done that, and you may be very well versed in your guidebook that came with your deck, and you may even be really good at looking these up on the internet. I don't know, but that's okay. Those are knowings. What we want to do now are three things when it comes to learning your cards is look at your card. And my first question would be, what do you see? What color is the sky? Is the person holding out their hand to you? Is something grabbing your attention? Is something guiding you to something in the card? Are you paying specific attention to the two pillars? Maybe her crown got your attention. But whatever it is, that counts. That's part of delineation that I call, what do you see? The second part is, what do you feel? Where in your body do you feel this card? Do you feel tightness in your chest? Do you feel tightness in your stomach, or do you feel light, like in your core? Is there some kind of touch that's going on that makes you feel joy or connected or in touch with something you should be connected and in touch with? So pay attention to what you see, what you feel, and especially where on your body do you feel it. Now the third one is, what do you know? If you already have some knowledge of this card, that would fall under the category of what do you know. You may know that the High Priestess has something to do with the intuition and with the subconscious mind. And some people see it as secrets. And that's up to you to decide. We're going to be working on some spreads that are going to help you come up with what I call a new knowing, a knowing that comes through experience. When you draw this card in the reading that was intended just for you, it's going to tell you about your day or tell you about the next 3 days. Whatever assignment you give these cards, they will deliver. And if this card comes up, you'll know it has something to do with what you're going to experience. The connection, the new knowing with this card that's outside of any book or any other source is going to be you and your personal experience with this card. You're gonna remember where this card showed up. You're going to think, you know, that showed up when I was feeling this way, or when this happened to me. So that's how you begin to make a personal relationship with that card, by matching it with an energy that you went through with that day. I'm sorry, but I'm looking at my notes, and forgive me for that. I just don't want to forget anything. There's so much I really want to tell you. And my nose is itching. I don't know if I'm starting my allergies, or if it's like the old saying that when your nose itches, a fool's going to kiss you. So my husband's not up yet, so I don't think that's going to happen. Probably it's my allergies. So anyway, you would develop a deep understanding and a deep knowing of the cards that you deal and draw just for yourself for that day. So you see, when we stop using our cards for predictions or other things as such, we start to connect with the cards in a very personal way. And you start to look like at your soul, like you're mirroring. The cards will mirror your soul. They'll let you know what's going on down there in your subconscious mind. And though this may or may not be something that you can understand or believe, but I personally believe that the subconscious mind is your body. If it holds memory, your body holds memory, and you experience a lot of things through your subconscious, through your body. That's why it's important to pay attention to where on your body you feel these cards. So your homework today, I want to give you homework, is to just pull one card today for the next 7 days, if possible. Pull one card and start to have a relationship with that one card. And hopefully by the time you get through those 7 cards, I'll have another video out, and we're going to learn the 3 card spread that's going to cover your morning, your noon, and your evening. And we're going to talk about those energies and how you can learn the cards even faster than 1 a day. I'm so glad you were here, and I hope to see you in the next video.